Hello, and welcome back to the Village Affair podcast, episode 8, and this is our first attempt. Today, I am joined by just one other person, just one, and it's not Taylor this
It's
time. Who is it? Can you
it's
guess?
me.
Oh my god,
It,
it's
it's Spider
Elliot!
Jordan.
No, that's not Spider Jordan, that's Elliot. Hi,
Hello,
Elliot.
everyone.
What you little
How you
prankster
doing,
you?
Robin?
I'm doing so good. I'm feeling good about today. Good episode coming up for us. Definitely not had to restart several times.
Absolutely not.
No, no. Here at the Village Fair podcast, everything's done in one take, just like the hit show Adolescence.
They're all done in one take.
It's filmed to be all in one take. So that's all
Oh.
the extent. That's like the
What,
big
like
attraction.
1917, that like war film a few years ago?
I think the whole year 1917 was done in one take. I don't think they made any
Oh
cuts.
right. Okay. Um,
But yeah, have you seen Adolescence yet? I take it not.
I've not. No. It's on the list. I've got a few shows I need to watch.
Yeah, it's on my list as well. I have yet to see it, but I plan to. But every time I think, what should I watch? I'm not in the mood to watch a show about a teenager killing someone.
Do you know what I watch? I've been watching. I've been watching the final season of Pokemon with Ash in it.
Is what's this the one with
Journeys?
Journeys, the one with
Yeah,
Go,
with Go, yeah.
who's literally
So
named after the Pokemon Go app.
is that
I presume so. That's like because the whole thing where he catches Pokemon, he just throws Pokeballs. He doesn't battle them half the time. At least from what I've seen.
um it's not bad.
Yeah,
I just like I watched it all growing up and I was like I kind of want to see how it ends.
yeah. The last story with Ash.
Yeah, it's just him doing like um it's like just like a semi-finals like Pokemon tournament of all like the like the champions of all the regions and it's not
No,
bad.
everyone comes
I've been getting
back.
Yeah, I've been getting into Pokemon again recently, so thought
Yeah,
it'd be quite.
you've been playing through Scarlet. Scarlet or is it Violet? I can't remember which
I've
one.
got I've got Violet. Yeah, I'm a couple years late, but I'm playing through Violet slowly
Just in
currently.
time for Legends ZA to come out. What do you
I
think
know.
of Violet?
Um, it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of the open world
Mm.
because I'm fighting like a gym leader who's like really underleveled, and this might be me sounding like I'm complaining, like, oh, the kids game is too easy for me, which fair enough. It's not going to be like that hard for me to get through, but it's more so the fact that I'll beat a gym leader who's say level 20, and then I'll go outside his house, move 2 steps to the right, and there's a Pokemon outside that's 25.
Mm.
Like, I don't really get what level I'm meant to be at.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always
Um,
I've always been like what's the word? Apprehensive about open world games. I think it's a trend that when done well is really good.
yeah,
Like Skyrim, amazing game. The classic open like when I think open world, I think Skyrim. So much stuff to do, so much things to explore. But then you just get these. It seems every single game wants to be open world now, and a lot of them just feel so empty. And
yeah.
I can't force myself to go through them. And obviously,
But
you could just do the story, but it it just feels like half a game at that point. Then
you feel like shit if you've not explored every fucking corner.
yeah,
Yeah, so I'm trying to like do areas, but then I end up like spending like 2 hours searching every crevice, and all I've missed is like a TM
and
for
then
like
you
a useless move.
end up over leveled and
Yeah, it's kind of inevitable at this point because I like when I play Pokemon now, I try and catch absolutely everything,
mm.
and because you get so much XP from catching Pokemon,
I
I'm
was
just
gonna,
over leveled
does
anyway.
this gen have XP share like turn on automatically?
Yeah, it's all on automatically. It's not even the XP share anymore. It's just
Yeah.
everyone gets XP,
Well,
which
that's what I was almost thinking. Like maybe that would be the move for Pokemon now, is to get rid of that.
That's what you could do in, because it was introduced in Gen to be a nerd. It was introduced in Generation 6, the way the XP share works currently, and you could turn it off.
Hmm.
Um, but now it's automatically on, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
So
I feel like if they took XP share away, it would bring so much more incentive to go to these low level areas again and
yeah,
do more stuff to level Pokemon you've caught. Uh, but if you just got
I
XP
don't even.
share, you just take a level like 10. What's it? Was it Lechonk? And
Yeah,
take him with a level 60, and let the level 60 just do everything.
I feel so bad, but I get so over leveled in that game that I don't, like, so you can just go past the trainers because it's open world
Yeah.
and ignore them, and I
Mm.
do because I'm wasting time and I'm already too over leveled. I don't need to fight them for XP,
Yeah.
so like, there's not really any point. Um, Also, I was a big fan of, like, going back to what you said about the open world. I was a big fan of Legends Arceus because it was a different game
Mm.
and it was designed to be a bit of a, like, open world Pokemon, play the game a bit differently.
Yeah.
And this game has taken aspects from that, and I don't think it works as well. Not to sound like an old person, but I think it's a lot more fun when you had to find Pokemon in the grass.
Yeah, rather than in the wild.
It's cool to see them out in the wild, but like, if you don't want the Pokemon, you just
Yeah.
easily avoid it,
Well, it's not
or
just they've not just started that in Scarlet Valley. It's in Sword and Shield as well.
it was. And I wasn't big on it in Sword and Shield
I wasn't a
either.
big fan of it in Sword and Shield, especially because sometimes it's more annoying than anything because they run at you, and when you're trying to run on Sword and Shield, it was annoying because it's still a route, but then they got Pokemon running at you, so it's harder to avoid them almost.
Yeah,
Uh, but the random grass encounters as well are a lot easier to dodge because they pop up first. You see the like little thing, and then if you run into it, you activate it.
yeah.
It's not just random. Uh,
I
yeah.
was still enjoying it a lot though. It's still a good little game, but um, it just makes me miss old Pokemon, and I think I might try and play one of the old games at some point soon because of it.
Return to the peak,
Good old days.
the good old days. Well, it's the endless march of time. Can't go back, Elliot.
I know. Switch 2's been announced and all that since we've last had a podcast
Switch
episode.
2 has been announced. And going back to making games open world, they've announced Mario Kart, which is now open world. Which to me makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't, but I'm glad that the way they've gone about it, because it is open world, but you can choose for it not to be.
Yeah.
Like, it's not forcing open world upon you, it's just leaving the option open for you.
It's just with that game, it's like what are you going to it's just going to be driving around in the open world. What else is there to do? Is there like
Well,
mini
I think
quests or stuff?
they were showing that you could, like, go as like a group and do like a convoy, which sounds kind of fun, but it would only be something I'd do once and then never again,
Yeah,
really.
exactly. It's like the idea of that sounds fun for like in concept, but then you do it for like 5 or 10 minutes.
And then you're like,
Uh,
yeah, let's go back to racing.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm sure it'll be good. It did look good. The only thing that everyone seems to have an issue with is the pricing, which is
God.
fair enough.
Yeah, and that is well, it might not affect us so much because we live in the UK, but like, and that's before the tariffs.
Yeah. Um, that's just the price of console games in general now, though. It's just a lot of money.
It's extortionate.
I remember when Wii games were like 20, 30
Mm,
pounds, and now what is it, like 80 pounds for Mario or whatever?
yeah.
70 pounds?
It really makes me want to get back into retro gaming almost. Like I really like my memories of playing like just being able to go to the shop and buying like a crappy PlayStation 2 game and then
Yeah.
bringing it home and playing it is so good. So I'm in the future I might get a PlayStation 2 and start playing through some of them games because there
That
are
was
some.
my that was my first
It's
console.
my first console as well, and there's some proper bangers on there.
Lego Star Wars on the
Lego Star
the
Wars,
PS2. That was good.
Prince of Persia, love Prince of Persia. else did I have on it? Star Wars Battlefront 2 was fun. I always just played against bots because you could connect to the internet, but it was like really weird. So
Yeah,
I just played against bots the entire time.
I don't think I knew how to. I had the PS2 and then I moved on to the Wii, and I'm convinced that my dad. Well, it was a gift for me and my sibling, but I'm convinced my dad just wanted it. To be honest, thinking back on it, because like he'd go up to my room and he's like, "Come on, son, we've got to play
We
Raymond
fit.
Rabbits Go Homes." And we played Rabbids Go Home together, which was a very fond memory. And you had to steal so much junk from the planet and build your way back to the moon. And now I
Rave,
want to play Now I want to play Rabbids Go Home.
Raving Rabbits, the death of the Rayman series. It's just we haven't. I don't. Have we? Is there been? Actually, there has been a couple. There's been Rayman Legends and Rayman Origins, but there's not like a proper Rayman game since the Raving Rabbits came out.
No, not really.
Uh, it's just a shame. It's a shame. But speaking of the Wii and the Switch 2, I saw a funny comparison about how 2008 the Wii came out.
2007, something like that.
I think it was. It might have been Mario Kart then. That was like came out in 2008, and it was 2008. Mario Kart Wii comes out.
Oh yes.
The financial crisis happens. 2025. The Switch 2 and Mario Kart comes out. The stock market crash of 2025.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, banger game. So maybe Mario Kart 2025 will be good.
I think it'll be good. I just think I'm glad that I'm getting a job soon.
I'm glad I'm going to
Because
be making money. I can
Yeah.
afford these things.
Yeah.
Well, that's where you're wrong,
Um,
Elliot. You will not be able to afford these things still, even with a job.
Week's wage just to afford the Switch, if not more.
It's probably more. Is it?
Yeah,
It's
probably
what?
more.
Yeah. Dear
What's
me.
what's m- what's my Let's do the maths. What's my minimum wage?
Minimum wage is like 12 something, 12.30, I think. I think I might be on minimum wage. Oh god.
Uh,
12. They bumped it up
twelve
recently.
twenty.
12.20. Oh, I'm making 10p more than minimum wage.
So say I'm working 9 till 5. So my week's wage would get me the Switch.
Well, I mean, like,
Fair enough.
you are the age of like, what else do you need to spend that money on? Do you need? Do you,
Um, Job, house, car,
you need to spend money on your job.
paying
Yeah.
off my overdraft.
See, all those things don't sound important to me.
No.
Wait.
Mario Kart open world. That's what matters.
And it's good to have your priorities straight, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
You been up to anything this week? You started your job.
I
Speaking
did.
of.
I started a new job. And it's good. It's good. I'm not going to go into too much of the details because I don't want to give people too much information about my life. But it's not my first job, but it's probably one of the most professional jobs I've had. But at the moment, it's just been training, so it's just been a lot of like sitting in a room, listening to someone talk about what we'll be doing. It's been that for like the past week. So I've been paid to listen to lectures. So honestly, it reminds me a lot of uni, but I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
And a lot of the job's work is like basically doing different reports. So it basically will just be like uni. But I'm getting paid for it, so yippee.
You're getting paid for it, so that's something.
That is something. And it's getting experience. That's the main thing. Experience is very hard to come by. So I'm happy, but it's nice as well because like the past couple of months I've just like been sat not doing a whole lot. Like my days just consisted of sitting at home, playing a few video games, going to bed, and that's been it. So it's nice to like get a routine, get out of bed, go to work, speak to people, come back, and go to sleep, and play games.
Oh yes.
Yeah, sleep first, games. yeah. So it's been going well. It's going well. You're starting the end game of university. How's that treating you?
I've got just over a month until everything's due. In fact, my one and only exam is in a month's time. It's on the 13th, and then the rest is
Oof.
just a lot of coursework.
Damn. Yeah.
And then that'll be it.
Stressful
Well,
period. Stressful period. So if we don't
I
see a
know
lot of Elliot, that's why.
I'm gonna be absolutely fucking miserable. But it's only a month,
Are
so
you excited to be finished with uni, or are you remorseful that it couldn't last
I
longer?
yes and no. I mean, there's so many people who are ready to be done with it. I think I'm ready to be done with it. Um, Also, I hate being in debt. Um, I just want to not feel like I'm constantly like losing more money that I don't actually have in the first place.
Well, funny thing about this is that once uni ends, that's not going to change.
No, it's not, but it'll feel nice to have the number go up at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I also like I'm getting so tired of like homework. I know homework's like the wrong way to describe it, assignments, but like I want to be able to like get home and
And
not have to
just
worry
not
about
have to think about it.
anything. I want the biggest thing for me to worry about is like what I'm gonna cook for dinner,
Mm, mm.
um, or like I don't know, the laundry. I don't want to have to worry about getting home from all my lectures and then what sorting out dinner and then sorting out all my work and then sorting out everything else. I'm ready for that to be done, and I'm gonna miss it because I've met a lot of nice people here, from yourself included.
Oh,
But
thank you, thank you.
I think I'm ready to be done with it. I think.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. When I finished, I was very much like I was very much not wanting to end, but after being out for a while, I very much was like, thank God I'm not doing academics anymore.
Yeah,
Obviously, I would love to go back just for the social aspect. It's such a, I said it's a different ballpark. Like comparing like uni to like not being in uni. It's just no. It's not as much the social aspect. It just disappears completely, which is a shame. Especially because you made all these friends in this one specific place, and if you go back home,
they're all split up.
they're all split up. It makes it a lot harder to see people in person, which just suck. And I feel like
It is. It's something I'm worried
yeah,
about.
yeah, a lot of people go through it, I guess, and it is depressing. So I don't blame people who get out of uni and then are just depressed and struggle to find any motivation to do anything. Uh, but you just got to keep pushing through. Uh,
Yeah.
what's your specific plan for once you finish with uni? You got one, or is
Learn
it just fuck it, we ball?
learn to drive.
Learn to
That's
drive.
that's what I've got down currently. Um, I've learned a lot from my elders and yourself included. If I want any sort of job potentially in my field, I better learn how to drive as soon as possible.
Yeah, it does help. Although I will say, I think about my job, I was very much like that, and then I found this job that I've got. When I was applying for it, I was very much like, oh, it seems like you very much need a car. But like half the people who've been hired don't have driver's licenses, and the way it's set up is that they'll send people who don't have driver's license with people who do.
People
So
who do.
so there is possibility of jobs like that out there, and
Yeah,
it's really weird that they don't advertise that a lot. Because like this one, like I don't know how all these people knew because it was very much implied that you'd need to be driving around.
yeah.
So uh, I'm impressed with some people's resilience just to fuck it, we've all apply for it, and then it works out for them, I guess. So
Speaking of,
don't let not
sorry,
having a
go on.
driving don't let not having a driving license hold you back, Elliot. Apply for the
Speaking
jobs you want.
of, speaking of driving,
Yeah. Oh
uh,
God. Uh,
um,
yeah, yeah. Go
we
on,
went.
go on.
You came up here to visit
Expose me.
last week, and we went. Uh, so we were going for a hike on the Sunday,
Yes. Saturday.
Saturday,
Saturday.
Saturday. And you came up the day before,
Mm-hmm.
and you had Neither of us had nothing on, and we were like, "Oh, go on,
Well,
we'll
well,
go
you
for a
say
bit
neither of us had
more."
anything on. One of us did have something on, but completely
Oh,
forgot about
oh yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah. I forgot about that. I
We'll
did
get
have a
into that.
counselling appointment that I completely forgot about. Um, and I got it reorganized um for Friday this week, and then they cancelled on me. So
But yeah,
that's not going very well.
yeah. Let's pretend like that. Yeah, so neither of us had anything going on. so we thought
No,
we'd
no one had anything going on at
so
all.
we thought we'd go for a nice little drive. Do you want to say where we went?
We went to. I'm gonna absolutely butcher the pronunciation. So
That's
if
why I
you
passed it on to you.
is that why you? Okay, well I'll give it a go, and if you think it sounds wrong, you can have a go. Um, Dinoric Quarry,
yeah, I'd probably say like Denoric, but
Dinoric. Should I? Right, you talk about. It, I'll find the pronunciation.
yeah. So we're in Denoric Quarry. It's a nice like. I think it's completely disused now, but it's like where a lot of slate mining was done. It's a really beautiful place. Like you can just go up into the mountains. It's a nice walk, and it's
Dinoric.
Denoric. Okay. So was that right? I think I said something similar to that.
Something similar. I think you did better than I did.
You went die, I went din. Din was correct, so I'm allowing myself. But yeah, it's a really nice place, and it's recently. I don't know how recent, but it's been very
A year and a half.
about trend. It's been quite trendy at the recently because it's been the site of a secret waterfall. That's not really secret that whatsoever. But yeah, so we
Yeah, there
went.
was about 20 people who went there while we were there.
So we thought, well, you know what, we'll go check this out. Both been here for like 3 years and we've never gone. Let's go have a look. Yeah, and do you want to tell them what it's like?
So I've done the quarry before, but not this part.
Yeah,
Um, I was walking around that area a few months ago because I was walking around Snowdonia and almost died, and that's a different story. Anyway, I didn't do that part, and I've wanted to for a while because it's a bit of a social media trend. So I wanted to, I wanted to check it out. So we went, and there was that huge metal fence to stop people from going to check out the quarry.
yeah, there's just a big
Uh,
old fence, and then
uh, someone had just cut a hole through.
very
Um,
perfectly. The hole they cut in it
it
was
was,
very,
it was an
perfectly square. Nothing.
excellent hole.
Yeah,
Um, there was that boss arena. It was clearly where water had been and it all been drained.
yeah.
And honestly, it looked cooler than the waterfall did.
Yeah, so yeah, there's like where a pool used to be, and then you go up, and there's like a hole, and you go through the tunnel, and as you go through the tunnel, there's the waterfall, uh, which I'm sure people watching will probably have seen a video of it online. Uh, it looks when you see it on social media, it looks really pretty. The water's always gushing, gushing. That's such a nice word, gushing, gushing down. But when we went, we rocked up, and there's like the tiniest little stream.
It was a little trickle.
Little
It was a
trickle.
nice. It was a good trickle,
It
but
was
it wasn't.
it was a good trickle, I will
It
admit.
was a perfectly fine trickle, but it wasn't what we were expecting. Um, Clearly, we chose the wrong day, and you need to go on a day after there's been a significant amount of rainfall.
Yeah,
But
but,
you know,
but yeah,
we had.
but on the outside list, there was like the pool that had been drained. There was a bunch of like dead trees in the bottom, which were all like standing up, and it's like almost like a perfect circle, and
It was,
it
yeah.
just looks like a Dark Souls Elden
It
Ring
did,
boss arena, where some
yeah.
like some creatures just gonna come out and you like they charge at you, destroy the trees as you try and dash around and kill it. You know what? I think for the thumbnail we should use that as the picture and like edit
Because
ourselves having a fucking battle in there.
oh yeah,
I'm sure our
oh dear.
Photoshop skills.
I'm sure. I'm sure that we don't get Taylor, who's not here, to do all our thumbnails for a reason.
But this sounds like a great idea to me. I will do this. I'll take this challenge.
Okay.
I'm sure you will all see if this happens or not in the video.
I'm so glad that our faces are going to be exposed for the first time ever in
Mm,
a
mm.
fighting-esque position.
Yeah, yeah.
This is going to be good.
But yeah, it was really nice. The only shameful, like you mentioned it, was when we went into the waterfall. There's just graffiti over it.
It was, yeah.
And it is just the nature of well, it's not nature. It's fucking humans, the disgusting pricks. But it's just the nature of these sites. When they get so popular, you get some muppets who come over and just ruin it, and it just ruins the natural beauty of the site, which is a shame.
Yeah, it was such a shame.
Well, I say natural beauty. The whole thing's technically man-made, I suppose, because it's a fucking quarry. But yeah, we went there. It's very nice. But that didn't have much to do with driving. Elliot, why did you bring this story up after about
Oh
after
yes.
finishing driving?
So we finished our journey at the quarry. Had a bit of a mooch. Um, and then on our way back, we were just driving back from going to the quarry, and everything was going lovely. We were singing a couple songs.
Yeah,
Everything was just a lovely day out.
it was a lovely
And
day
then
out.
someone decided to not look to their right.
You have to look straight forwards when you're driving, Elliot.
Yeah, you have to just keep looking straight forwards when you turn onto a new road. And there was almost an incident with a red Mini at some point, which was a little bit spooky.
Well, I'm just saying, I wouldn't have crashed into it. It would have crashed into me.
It would
So
have crashed into
therefore,
you.
it's their fault and not mine.
It was very funny. Well, it wasn't at the time, but thinking back on it, it's quite funny.
Well, it was like to defend myself. We were coming out into this T junction. I looked to my right. There was nothing there. I did look to the right, and I looked to the left, and there was a car coming I had to cross over in front. But I was like, I can make it before that car gets to us. So I'm just gonna fucking floor it and go. And as soon as I put my foot down on the acceleration pedal, I looked to my right, and good old Mini Cooper zooming straight towards me. And like, shit! Foot down, emergency stop. They had to swerve to not hit me. We hear a little beep as they go past as well.
It was not a little beep, it was a long beep.
They only did it after they passed us, though. Probably because
Yeah.
they shat themselves a little bit. It was quite. It was. We both like sat there for a second, like, oh fuck, oh god. And then we drove on. It was fine.
Yeah,
And
it was fine.
the rest of the time, we were like, oh, that just happened. We nearly died.
Oh, dear.
Well, you might have not died because if it would have hit anyone, it would have hit me.
No, you would have died and I would have been covered in your
Remains.
remains. Yeah. All in all, a lovely day to a disappointing little waterfall.
Yeah. And then the next day we went on a hike, which was lovely for a friend's birthday, and it went very well. The plan was to go somewhere in Ogden Valley, Pearl Allwen, and then we found parking. All right, we were perfect. Parked in a passing place, as you know, you're meant to do that. To everyone listening, you're meant to park in passing places. That's what they're for. But
You almost fell off the mountain, didn't you?
we didn't nearly drive off the mountain. It was a very thin road going up Ogden Valley, and someone wouldn't back to the passing place.
Someone did not go in the passing place.
So we couldn't get through, and we just drove slightly to the edge. We didn't go over, but as we were doing, you were in the front. But as we were doing it, I looked into my rearview mirror, and I just saw Jacob and his girlfriend sat in the back, shitting themselves. They were holding hands and like looked so like straight faced, like, oh god.
This is it.
This is fine. This is fine. Clearly trying not to panic, and it was fine.
I honestly hadn't really picked up on how risky it was.
It wasn't
until I
risky at
saw
all.
them behind.
There was a tree next to us. We were fine.
Yeah, it was a bit funny though.
It was funny. But then, so we ended up going to a different mountain, and that was very fun. And Elliot ate shit on it, which is very funny.
I did. You did as well, but there's not video evidence
No,
of you.
there's no
so
video evidence of me eating shit.
technically, only I ate shit, and then I ripped my trousers sliding down a mountainside.
Yeah, fun tip for anyone who listens who goes hiking. When you're coming back down, if there's nice grassy, like, not incline. What's the opposite of incline?
Decline.
Decline. Nice grassy
Is it
decline.
decline?
I think it doesn't sound right, does it? A nice grassy
No.
decline.
If there's something you can sit down on and slide down without colliding with any rocks on the way,
Do it. It's fun.
do it. It's fun. However, I did ruin my favorite pair of trousers doing it, and I was really upset about it.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was
It's
fun.
very funny. Could be slightly dangerous. Make sure you can stop yourself, of course.
The village of Hair does not account for anyone who gets injured sliding down a mountainside.
No, yeah, thank you. That's good. That's for the legal team.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. It's my favorite part of the hike. I always with hikes, I always hate going up the mountain. It's the worst bit.
It is. We had a lot of fun going down though.
But going
We saw a
down
couple
is
lizards as well.
We
We saw 2 lizards.
2 lizards.
2 viviparous lizards.
Viperous. Love a good lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just chilling. You wouldn't let me pick them up.
I wasn't. No. I picked up a slow worm the other day though.
Yeah. Slow ones.
Yeah.
Funny. Did you get bit by one?
No, I've not been bitten by slow worm. I saw an adder as well. I was just like walking through the bushes, heard rustling, and there's just giant fuck off adder.
I hope you didn't get bit by an adder.
No, I did not get bitten by the adder.
This is the ghost and Elliott speaking.
Yeah.
Was this anywhere nice? You saw these creatures.
Near Harlech. Yeah, I saw all reptiles in one day. All of Britain's reptiles.
You see sand lizard?
I did. I saw sand lizards in Harlech.
Actually, you just lied. I highly doubt you saw all of Britain's reptiles.
What did I... No.
Name
Yeah,
them
I
all.
did. Go on.
Name them all.
Viviparous lizard, sand lizard, grass snake, adder.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the 4 main British
Slow worm.
reptiles. Slow worm. Oh, yeah, I saw that as well.
Mm-hmm. Smooth snake.
Smooth snakes are in Britain.
Yep, they're our most endangered snake, but they're only present in like Dorset, I think.
Oh, well, I was never seeing that then.
Yeah. So you just lied to the audience. You did not see all the British reptiles.
I'm full of absolute shit. I saw all of the British lizards that were in the area.
Didn't see Asclepian snake.
Okay, I'm just gonna kill myself. I saw 5 reptiles in a day.
Well, Asclepian, it's questionable whether it's... This is turning into a fucking ecological podcast.
I would like to let the audience know that I have not been doing a herpetology course for the past few years of my life. And in fact, I just look at lizards for a hobby, and that my knowledge shouldn't be trusted whatsoever.
Asclepian snake is considered non-native. However, there are historical fossil records of them being in the UK, so it is questionable whether they are native or not. But the only populations that we currently have escaped from zoos.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. This is fun. This is the little nature. Oh, we should just do a nature episode. I fucking love
Speaking
nature.
of escaping from zoos, do you know Mr. Blobby?
Yeah, Mr. Blobby, the TV character, who definitely isn't the source of all my nightmares. What does Mr. Blobby have to do with a zoo?
So, there was rumor. Do you know of Mr. Blobby World?
Yes, the theme park.
The Crinkly Bottom theme
Oh
park.
god, we've gone back to theme parks. How did this happen?
Because I absolutely love them. It's genuinely became like a genuine topic that I'm interested in after we've started to get into it. Anyway,
that's autism.
I remember hearing rumors that some nearby zoo animals had escaped into the Mr. Blobby theme park area.
Is there pictures of this?
I'm looking at it now, but I don't know if I've just been lied to, but I was told that some animals had escaped into the Crinkly Bottom theme park.
Yeah, well, whilst you look for that, keep on the topic of escaped animals, going from a Asclepian snake to this. I caught a escaped animal from a zoo the other day. For our viewers, I partake in a thing called bird ringing. It's a scientific mark and recapture thing that's run by the BTO to track birds and how they migrate and stuff. And as we were doing a session one day, we caught a Madagascan red fody, which is not a bird native to the UK, and looks looks very fucking weird compared to all other birds. But like, it's not distinct. It was a female, so it wasn't bright red. It was like this browny colour, but we just had no idea what it was. And it turns out it had escaped from Chester Zoo, and it just ended up on some random farm in Warrington. But that was a brief little interval for you all. Staying on topic whilst Elliot finds pictures of escaped animals in Mr. Blobbyland.
In the Crinkly Bottom / Blobbyland theme park, there were animal closures and a river ride attraction. Some of the animal closures still exist today in an abandoned state in the grounds. So animals in these enclosures were probably still at Blobbyland and just chilling.
They're probably dead.
Yeah.
Probably weren't fed and just died.
No, yeah, probably not a great situation, but that would be what the rumours I heard were. I've always wanted to visit Mr. Blobby World, just as something that I wanted to do once I learn how to drive. But also, I don't really want to drive all the way to Blobbyland, so...
Where is Blobbyland, actually?
It is in Somerset, I'm pretty sure.
Somerset? Wow. I will never be visiting Mr. Blobbyland.
It's in Somerset, yeah. I think it might have been knocked down recently, though.
Oh.
It's a shame.
The pain I'm feeling inside that this has turned back to theme parks after.
Okay, well, I'm gonna drop it now. We'll go back to animals. I promise. I just wanted to bring up Noel Edmonds' Blobbyland because I really think it's quite funny.
Oh, actually, I don't actually have much else to say on animals. You've already said what the cool stuff you've seen. I did see. You like your little herps. Today I saw natterjack, toad, tadpoles. I didn't see the toads. I only saw the tadpoles.
That's cool though.
Yeah. At Formby Beach.
Where'd you see that?
Formby in Lancashire. Lancashire. I think Formby's in Lancashire. It might be in Merseyside. I'm not actually sure.
Why were you up there for bird watching?
No, I just thought, you know what? I've got nothing to do today. I have free will. Let's go to Formby. Took my mum, and we went, and we had a nice little walk.
Lovely.
Lovely beach. Lovely place, Formby, if anyone hasn't been. One of the few places in England which still has red squirrels. Didn't see any.
I don't think I've ever seen a red squirrel, and I live very close to where some of them are.
Yeah, that's strange, that. Have you not been looking?
Well, no. But also, they have, a nature reserve, right? But I don't drive, so it's pretty hard to get to.
Well, they're in Treborth. Botanical Gardens in Bangor, which you live right close to. Yep.
I've been in Treborth loads of times. I've never seen them.
Have you not?
No.
Not looking hard enough.
No, I'll have to have a look-see.
Have a little look-see.
Not to completely change the subject, Robin.
No, that's fine. I'm done with this animal segment.
You did say you were done.
Yeah.
Robin, did you know that they've announced Steel Ball Run?
I did. This is interesting. I didn't think you'd be interested in JoJo's, but yes. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 anime announcement. Quite exciting.
Yeah.
Some people consider it the best part, so it's quite good.
I've only heard good things. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not the biggest fan of JoJo as a whole. I'm quite fond of Part 5, and then the others I just think are whatever. But I've heard good things, so
Part 7 is quite an interesting one because it's
I'm optimistic.
It's like the beginning of the soft reset of the universe, so you could literally start on Part 7 and understand everything that goes on. I wouldn't don't do that because you should watch all of it, but
You should watch all of it, yeah.
But yeah, Part 7's coming out.
We at the Village Affair podcast do not represent the people who think you can skip Part 1 and 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Criminal. I got in a massive argument with my fucking partner over part 1 of JoJo's, which could have ended our relationship. Because they hated it, but I was like, no, you've got to get through it. You've got to get through it. Part 2 gets so much better, and then the rest is amazing. But they just couldn't hack it.
I don't like part 3.
I don't I don't blame you. Okay,
It's
I think
so long.
part 3 is good, and and that's
There's so much unnecessary slop. There's some like good. There's like 10 good episodes, but there's like 40 episodes.
yeah, yeah. I don't think it's like this. I have problems with it myself, but I think overall it's good, but it's not the best part at all.
It's fine. Yeah,
Uh,
but it's the one that's the most popular, and
there's
I'm like,
some
I don't really get why.
there's some very good moments in it. There's very like a lot of the memes come from part 3 because there's so many memeable moments in it.
Yeah,
Uh, but when you're watching it all, it can be a bit of a slog. Part 4 and 5 are really good though.
yeah, I like 4 and 5. Um, yeah, I just saw the announcement the other day, and I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, looking forward to that.
Well, part 9 of the manga's coming out soon as well.
Yeah, I won't be reading it.
I read
But
I
nice.
read some of part 8, but I've not finished it. Uh, it gets quite confusing, honestly. I think.
Yeah, I struggle reading JoJo. I just kind of like, well, I'll get it a bit more when it's animated.
I think that's fair enough. I've had that with quite a few like mangas. I've been reading a lot of manga recently, and some of the ones I've been reading have just got so confusing. That I'm like, I'm just because they've been getting adaptations. I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah,
I feel like this would make
uh,
so much more sense in an animated format.
yeah, I get that sometimes when I'm reading as well, but not even like comprehending it. I'm like, wow, I know this is getting an adaptation, and if I just waited to see this rather than read it, it would have been so much cooler. Um, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really
I don't
bad.
do much reading of
I'm
anything
just
these
really
days.
bad for spoiling myself and stuff. Like, I've not watched Invincible season 3 yet. I know pretty much everything that happens in it
Yeah,
because
well, I knew everything that happened in it before I even watched season 3
yeah,
because I don't think I've ever seen a worse like community or like fandom as the Invincible one when it comes to spoilers. Because most of the show came out. The show is based on a comic, and the comic came out years ago. So there's so much to spoil,
there's so much to
and like,
spoil, and it's just
yeah,
if
I know so much about the show, and
if you
I'm
just scroll through Instagram reels, you'll get one or two spoilers coming up.
looking at any form of social media, and I know like half of how the story of
Yeah,
Invincible now.
I'm really trying to avoid spoilers for like the Avengers Doomsday because I want to go into it not knowing anything, but it's so fucking hard because like I scroll through Facebook, I keep seeing. I know there's like a image with like all the chairs with the actors' names on it, but every time I
Yeah,
see like as the fraction of the chair and everything to be Marvel, I'm like fuck, scroll past quickly. I don't want to see this. And Marvel spoils it themselves. Like
yeah.
the whole announce. Like, I know about like Robert Downey Jr. and Doctor Doom thing, which I really wish I didn't know about that. Because if I was in the
It
cinema
would have been
and
it
then
would have been insane to see that in the cinema. But also, I feel like half the reason why people are excited for Doomsday is because they announced that in the first place.
yeah, they were clearly struggling with keeping people's interest, and they had to do it to do that. But it would have been such an like iconic scene in the movies to have that reveal.
It's a
Uh,
shame they couldn't reveal something else because they're revealing a lot of things now, not to spoil. It's
yeah,
a shame that they couldn't hint or reveal at those at Comic Con and maybe
yeah.
withheld this information until at least like I don't know the first trailer or even better the film. But at the end of the day, it's a multi-million company, billion company, and it needs its money. So
Does
they
it?
went for the
It
they
it,
went for the move.
it just seems very what's the word? Not counterintuitive. I don't know. It seems a bit weird that a multi-billion dollar company needs its money.
I don't know. It it got everyone's attention though, so it
Yeah.
did the trick. Um, that said, um, I must admit, I felt so whatever about Marvel stuff recently. I've really been enjoying Daredevil though. That's been really good. Um, Especially episode 8, which came out a few days ago. That was incredible. But I'm actually like somewhat looking forward to the Thunderbolts, which comes out next month.
I'm quite looking forward to it as well. I did watch the trailer for it, which did have some spoilers in it, but it does look quite fun. It reminds me, it it's Marvel's Suicide Squad, really, isn't it? That's what it
It
is.
is. but I quite enjoyed. I quite enjoy that premise,
Yeah,
and
I
I
really enjoyed
enjoy some of the,
Suicide Squad. So
I like some of the characters, so it's I don't see what's going wrong
I've
with it. I like
never.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah,
I'm going to like the film probably.
it is interesting. I'm interested in watching it, but I've never been interested in the Winter Soldier. I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Captain America: The Winter Soldier because it didn't interest me. I do not care about Captain America that much or the Winter Soldier.
it's a good film.
Uh, I'm sure it is, but I just
No, no, fair enough. Go
yeah.
on. There's a lot of
Uh,
Marvel films.
I've not watched Black Widow, so I don't know about or Hawkeye, so I don't know anything about Florence Pugh's character. I don't know much about David Harbour's character, but the trailer looked funny. I didn't watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier either, so I didn't see anything
Yeah,
about that character.
watch Ant-Man 2 because that's where the other one's
I
in.
did watch Ant Man 2, and I enjoyed
You
Ant
watch
Man 2.
of all the fucking films you've watched, Ant-Man 2. What that film is
I
slop.
I like
It's so
all of
bad.
the Ant Man trilogy. Okay,
I really dislike it.
have you
I
watched
I
Ant
think
Man?
the
Have you watched Ant Man 3?
yeah, it was fucking dreadful. It was so awful.
I liked it. See,
I did not. I really didn't enjoy it. Honestly, you don't need to though. If you before Thunderbolts, just watch a YouTube recap of all the films and the shows, and you'll be
yeah,
fine.
yeah. But yeah, I'm mainly watching it because I know Sentry's going to be in it, and I like Sentry as a character.
Yeah, it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm
yeah,
disappointed though because apparently they've cancelled Moon Knight season 2, and I really wanted to see
yeah,
Moon Knight series 2.
they have. And it's really upset. It's really bad because as I was talking about Daredevil, it's already been renewed for season 2. There's already photos of them on set of season 2, and the show is still coming out. And Moon Knight came out 3 years ago now.
Well, I think there's like rumors of a Moon Knight movie, and I think that got squashed, and then they said that season 2 is cancelled or something, and it's just so sad because I really liked Moon Knight.
It was perfectly serviceable. I thought it was okay. But it's definitely one of the better Disney Plus shows. So
Yeah, like, it's
it
not perfect
it
by any
deserves
means.
something.
Like it ended with a fucking big CGI kaiju fight, which was really weird.
Yeah, yeah. The ending was so. I mean, the ending was really good. They set up what the future of that character could be really
But
well.
Oscar
But
Isaac was fucking
the actual
amazing
CGI
in
stuff
it.
was awful. He was. He did incredible. I just didn't like some of the slop.
Like
But like he did an excellent job.
I got really emotionally invested with like the whole Stephen and Mark thing.
Yeah.
When one of them like kicked the bucket, it's like, oh god. I was tearing up.
No, it was. It was. It was.
Uh,
It was pretty good. Um,
so who knows?
yeah,
He might return in Doomsday. I don't know. Uh, I've seen
who knows?
I've seen like I've been trying to avoid spoilers, but I've seen leaks of stuff like which most of, I'm just presuming all the leaks are fake because some of them are so fucking stupid.
You know what's funny?
What?
You've told me off for bringing up theme parks, and we've circled back to films again.
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
We can't fucking help it. It's for some reason films I kind of get because general media is like
Yeah.
whatever, it's a common topic. Why do you always come back to theme parks?
It just has its
Notice how
moments.
it's my fault. It's fucking my fault. The
It
one
is.
episode where I'm not on and it was just you and Taylor. It was Carveries and the
Yeah.
IT crowd and
Oh,
what we do in the shadows.
oh I fucking watched all of the IT crowd again recently because of that
Um,
episode.
and then I come back and we bring up fucking theme parks and Mr. Blobby World, which there's going to be probably an epic Universal theme park in the UK soon. I'm gonna
Epic.
shut up now.
Oh, okay, I'm actually. Yeah, I did see. Apparently, there's gonna be like a new theme park built in Bedfordshire.
Yeah, not. It's been so. Like I said
Shouldn't
earlier,
encourage this.
I've been getting into the theme park stuff because it's quite interesting.
Speak what you're passionate about, Elliot. Go for it. I won't hold you back.
I am quite interested in it now. I will say it's quite interesting to learn about. Um, and I've been watching stuff about it and how the introduction of this, because it's been in the talks for quite a while now, and the introduction of this is probably going to have to cause other theme parks in the UK, like Alton Towers, which is only open from like spring till October time, it'll probably force parks like that to be open all year round if such a big park in the UK is established. However, fucking Bedfordshire.
Oh, it's the perfect place. What else is in fucking Bedfordshire?
I don't know. Yeah, theme parks. We always come back to theme
I didn't
parks.
actually know that Alton Towers was only open during the spring.
It only opened a few weeks ago.
Oh,
I don't think it's safe for the rides to be open in cold weather.
that makes sense. Don't want any Smiler incidences. Uh, yeah, see, I'm not interested in the theme park being created in a theme park perspective. It's more like the fact. But that is actually interesting that it'll force them to be open because like it'll mean a lot more jobs going around.
Yeah.
Like I think like the headline I saw about the Bedfordshire one is like going to create like 25,000 jobs or something like that.
Yeah, you could be a minion.
I could be a
There's gonna be a
minion.
minions ride. You could be a minion.
Could be a minion. Banana.
Yeah.
How do minions sound?
Are you Lilo and Stitch or Yoda?
Banana. Me minion.
Yes.
Minion time.
Yeah.
We could be. Could I be Gru?
Go on, give me a Gru.
Minions! It's time to steal the moon.
Oh. They should hire you already. Just
Thank you.
give you the job. Except I'd never want that for you because you'd have to live near Bedfordshire.
That's true. No one would want that. The poor souls. If anyone listening lives in Bedfordshire, I'm sorry.
so sorry. I'm not though. It's not great. Get out as soon as possible.
Come up north. We'll treat you good. Oh, theme parks. What a lovely segment.
Yeah.
Oh. What else can we speak about?
I don't fucking know, man.
What do you want from life, Elliot? What's the goal?
What's the goal?
What's the goal?
Let's
get into
do you know what I've always?
We're at
you
minute.
know what-
We're at minute 50. Let's get into the deep stuff. What do you want?
You know what I've always wanted in life?
What?
A fucking koi pond in my garden.
A koi pond in the garden.
A koi pond in the garden. I think that'd be lovely. You know, just a glass of lemonade, jug of lemonade, pour myself a glass, sit on the chair, and look at the koi pond. And a hammock. I'd love a hammock.
And a hammock. Just sound nice. Could I interest you
It's
instead of a koi pond, a nice pond with native animals in it?
No, I'm quite set on the invasive koi fish.
Get yourself some nice. Honestly, I don't actually know what about any native fish.
You're not swaying me. I'm set on the koi.
Like a gold. Get newts.
Dunno,
You should have newts in the pond.
Yeah, I could have newts. I think a pond's quite cool. I don't know. It'd have to be the right kind of area though. I don't really want it to be like a really out of place fucking concrete garden and just a koi pond.
Just a koi pond. You live in a flat and just outside on the balcony is just a koi pond.
On the 23rd story, there's a koi pond.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with my life. Smoking a cigarette. Koi pond,
I feel
baby.
Like I've quite low standards for what I want. But
just want to have enough and a koi pond.
But also at the same time, like I'm not ever gonna have a fucking house, am I? I'm gonna have to rent out a koi pond. Like I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna have to look on house viewings, and there's gonna be comes with a backyard with a koi pond. I'm like, oh, this is perfect for me.
This is perfect.
And then
Can't afford it then.
And then I find out that it's Bedfordshire, and then it's not perfect.
You could probably afford to live in the koi pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that small. Bit wrinkly. I'm built like a raisin every day.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to bathe.
I don't anyway.
Oh, that's fair enough, I guess. I think that's a good goal to have. Just have a koi pond.
What about yourself?
I just want to be able to. I just want to have a stable place to live. That is the goal.
Any like visions for where you're living? You know, is there something you want in the backyard? Is there certain thing of a certain color furniture or a certain type of furniture you're after?
I'd love
Anything like
to.
that?
I'd love to live near a forest. My backyard just goes out into a forest. That would be lovely. But honestly, now I'm more thinking about it, I'd probably also shit myself at night if I just looked into it and saw something move. Uh, but yeah, a forest would be nice. I'd like to have enough space to plant a vegetable garden. A vegetable garden would be lovely.
Love a
I've been
vegetable
really
garden.
getting into gardening, and like the idea of growing your own food has become very appealing to me recently, and I think it should become appealing to a lot more people in these times of uncertainty.
I'd really like to grow courgettes. I'm a big courgette fan.
Courgette, yeah, it's not a bad one to grow.
Or or zucchini for our potentially one or two American
I
village
thought
fair
I thought you said
listeners.
you also want to grow zucchini, and I was about to call you a
No,
fucking idiot.
no, that would be very like me, but no. Um, I was trying to appeal to potentially one or two American listeners.
I really want to grow aubergines and also eggplants.
Yeah,
But
aubergines would be quite good to grow though.
yeah, but being able to grow your own food has just become so appealing to me. Like the idea of just being able to just go out to the garden, pick a fucking couple tomatoes. I'm growing
What's
peas
your
at the moment.
go-to? What's your go-to vegetable?
My
Any
go-to
vegetables you
vegetable.
don't like?
So, right, I feel like it's hard. First of all, vegetables don't exist. That's
Oh
a,
yes, we did have this
we had
conversation
this
the other week.
conversation. Botanically speaking, there's no such thing as a vegetable. Name a vegetable, Elliot.
No, I don't want to do this again.
You know what it is again? Vegetables.
Okay, fine, fine. A courgette.
That's a fucking fruit.
It is a
That's
fruit.
the worst
Yeah,
fucking one to pick.
yeah, it's a fruit, isn't it? Tomato. No.
That's also a fruit.
Yeah, no, that's why I said it.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, carrot,
That's a root. It's just
turnip.
also a root.
I don't know. What do you want from me? You've already told me off for the same conversation a week ago. Now
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
want to
I'm doing it for
make more fun of
the
me.
viewers. That's.
You're just making fun of me now.
But yeah, there's no such thing as a vegetable. It's purely a culinary term. Botanically speaking, there's no such thing.
Okay, well, pretending that's not a thing and it's just a term to group all of these roots
Yes,
and fake
tubers,
fruits,
stems, leaves.
fake fruits together, what is your go-to vegetable?
So yeah, like my heart instantly goes onion, but onion is it's barely a fucking vegetable.
You can't go wrong with an onion, though. I use it in absolutely everything.
Yeah, onions are used in literally everything. They're like such a staple. Like I don't think I've ever cooked a recipe that doesn't require an onion.
Cake.
I don't bake though. I only cook.
Okay. Do you bake a pie or do you cook a pie?
That is an interesting question. I would say cook.
Do you reckon you cook a savory pie, but you bake like a apple pie?
No, I would still say cook.
We're
Cook.
onto something here, aren't we?
I'm cooking an apple pie. Because
Do you bake?
you're not baking it though, are you? You're cooking it. You're cooking the insides of the pie. Whereas
Yeah,
cake,
but
you're baking
do you,
like
do
you're
you bake?
baking.
Do you bake the pastry?
Hmm.
Do you bake a chocolate cake? But like the molten ones. You're not baking that. You're cooking it inside.
But you're baking like the dough. Is it dough? What cake batter? The batter of
Cake
the cake.
batter, yeah.
You're baking
Y-
the cake batter.
Are you not cooking the cake batter?
Well, you are, but the term I think is just used
Right.
is for.
This is good stuff. This is a good one. This is
This
good
is
conversation.
really intrigued me actually because you bake a cheesecake.
Yeah, you do. You bake a cheesecake.
But
You can have do you know Basque cheesecakes? You know the ones
yeah,
you burn?
yeah.
You're cooking that, aren't you? So where do you draw the line?
I think I would say
Do you,
bake for a cheesecake.
what would you say about a crumble? Do you cook a crumble?
You cook a crumble.
You cook a
You
crumble,
cook a
right?
crumble.
Yeah.
Well, that's because that's not batter though, is it? It's like it's crumble. I think anything,
But
but then
you
cheesecake
do
isn't a batter.
no. This is confusing.
This is mind-boggling actually. This is
Cake. Episode 8. Cake or bake.
cake or bake, cook or bake,
Cake or bake.
cake or
Yeah.
bake. Oh my god, what other examples is there? Because Is there anything savoury that you bake? Bread? Do you bread? You
Bread.
bake bread? You bake bread.
You do. You do. You bake bread.
That's a dough.
It's just really fucking confusing, isn't it?
I've got to Google what's the difference. Apologies if you can hear my keyboard, because I have a loud keyboard. The difference between baking and cooking. Cooking is something I do to you.
Here's a question though: do you bake or do you cook a pizza? Because I think you cook a frozen pizza, but I think for if you're making the dough, making a homemade pizza, that's baking it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can bake or you can cook things.
Okay, wait. Cooking is a broad term used to describe several different methods of making food, whereas baking is a special type of cooking that uses dry heat, particularly in the oven. Simply put, all baking is cooking, but not all cooking is baking. I feel like that. I feel like didn't
really answer our question.
Answer our question, yeah.
I don't know. Do you?
No, because you have like pasta bake. You're baking that.
Yeah.
I suppose so. Would you just say bake is like the action of cooking something in
a pie is baked. A pie is baked, not cooked.
But I feel like I would still say I'm cooking a pie.
Baking typically refers specifically to the use of an oven, but you use ovens to cook things as well. I guess if you're making a cake, you're baking it because you're relying on the oven, but you wouldn't make it in a frying pan, and that would make it cooking.
Yes, yeah. But it's just weird, like how you would say you wouldn't.
You bake in a microwave?
No. I think baking is specifically in the oven. It's using the dry heat to warm it up.
You can cook in a microwave. You can make like like cake in a mug, something like that. That's got flour in it. You're baking something.
Yeah, is that class as baking? I don't know. Oh my
goodness.
It makes sense that like cooking like a fish and you can make a fish bake. I guess that's a bake. You're baking it in the oven.
Oh my god, steak
but it just
bakes.
doesn't sound. It doesn't sound right. Like,
do Greg's not cook? Do Greg's just bake?
Greg better not have cooked me.
Oh my god.
That's the second cook joke I've tried to make. I hope one of them landed.
I've just been ignoring them. I've been so overwhelmed. I don't know what's real anymore. What am I cooking or am I baking? Did I roast potatoes or did I bake potatoes?
Who let us bake? Baked potatoes!
Yeah, yeah. Oh no. Yeah, but I roasted potatoes in the oven as well. So where do you draw the line, Robin?
Yeah, so I think baking.
There's a slow cooker. Is there a slow baker?
So because I was gonna say baking is when it's dry. So like, because like when you roast potatoes, you're roasting it in oil. When you baked potato, you're just putting that in the oven by itself with any oil in it. But then pasta bakes, that's got like sauce in it, and you're baking that.
Sauce. And also pies in like not a sauce, but like a liquidy kind of substance.
Is everything you put in the oven being baked, and then but it just sounds wrong to say that. I think we just cut the rest of this episode and just focus in on this.
Yeah, I think the people need to know.
The people need to know.
We need opinions.
We need to know. Please put down in the comments what the difference is, because we don't know.
Because we have no fucking clue. Because all we can find is that apparently you bake in an oven and you can cook in an oven, but you can cook in a frying pan. But you can also bake in a microwave. Can you bake on a barbecue?
Well, what is a microwave if not a microwave oven?
Can you barbecue? You can make a baked potato on a barbecue.
You can. Well, I suppose that's still like enclosed. If you close the lid, that's an enclosed space. But then you could you can make a baked potato by just wrapping it and chucking it in tin foil and chucking it in a fucking fire.
Yeah. So are you cooking a potato or are you baking a potato?
But when you do that, well, that's a baked potato. But I suppose in that situation, the tin foil is the oven that's doing the baking.
Yeah.
This
is very confusing.
Mm.
Deep and philosophical thoughts with the
Village
Affair.
Well, I suppose it's like it's just a terminology thing, I guess. It's like do you eat or drink soup?
Depends on the soup. I made a
A creme of tomato.
I made a pretty thick potato soup earlier this week.
Yeah.
I would say it's too thick for me to drink. I think I ate it.
Okay.
But maybe a nice, a more brothy kind of soup would be something you could drink.
What about like a thick smoothie? Do you eat or drink that?
I guess I drink it, don't I?
Yeah.
But then there's smoothie bowls, which are like a really thick smoothie, which is more of like an ice cream kind of consistency.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole like terminology thing. It's like that we're gonna start getting into whether cereal's a broth or a stew soon.
It's a soup, isn't it?
Is it a soup? Is it a broth?
A cereal's
Is it a stew
cereal.
even?
Cereals is, I think everything can be confined to a salad or a soup or a sandwich, right?
Go on. What about pasta? What about spaghetti?
It's a salad
Why is spaghetti bolognese a salad?
because it's got vegetables in it.
So anything that has vegetables in it is a salad.
Have you had a pasta salad, you dickhead? It's no different.
Is it not?
Yeah, it's no different. Well, yeah, of course it's slightly different, but if we're being pedantic here, it's no different.
What's the lasagna then? Is that a sandwich or is that a?
Sandwich. Yeah, it's a fucking sandwich.
But it's got the same. It's basically got the same ingredients as spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah, and it's still a sandwich.
Okay. What about what about fried rice? Egg fried rice.
Egg fried rice. Uh, Salad.
What constitutes it being a salad?
No, the spring onions and the egg. You can have an egg salad.
Oh, because you can have an egg salad and spring onions
I don't
in
know.
it.
I don't
That
know.
makes it into a salad.
I'm digging deep here. It's not a fucking soup, is it? Maybe egg fried rice is the. I don't know. You've picked a good one there. I don't know. I don't think it's a true science I'm suggesting here, but I don't know. I think most things you can categorize in those three. Um, as much as people will get upset at me for calling a lasagna a sandwich.
So a pizza is a sandwich then.
Sandwich, yeah. Well, calzone is literally a sandwich, so you're not far off.
But it's only got one side of carbohydrates.
You could also argue it's a salad. Salad on top of bread.
You could also argue it's a soup. You put it in a blender
I-
and put water in it.
I shut the fuck up. Oh dear. I still can't get about cooking and baking. I'm going to be thinking about that for a while.
Yeah, it's in the back of my head.
Oh dear.
It's yeah, it just doesn't sound right to like describe it as baking.
Can you bake in a microwave?
I like the idea that all baking is cooking.
Yes, you
not all
can
cooking
bake
is baking.
in a microwave. Apparently. Can you cook in a slow cooker?
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's a slow cooker.
Sorry, can you bake?
You can put. I think you can put like a.
You can bake bread in a slow cooker.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It just bakes very slowly. I think. I think the ideology to go is just that all baking is cooking, not all cooking is baking. Because then you've got stuff like boiling, braising, frying, grilling, roasting. What the difference between roasting and baking is what's getting me.
I think you roast something in oil, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
What's the difference between roasting and frying?
Roasting comes from all like the heat's coming from all directions. Frying's coming from the bottom. I don't know if that makes a difference.
But if you're deep frying, it's coming from all directions.
That is true.
Maybe it's less oil, so it's not crispy. But roast potatoes are crispy.
What is the difference between frying?
What's the difference between deep frying and roasting?
The speed that it cooks, I guess.
There's definitely a difference though, because a roast chicken isn't the same as a deep fried chicken.
No, yeah. I guess it's like the speed it cooks at, because roasting is slower than frying.
Oh, this is very confusing, Robin.
I need to Google this now. You've got me here.
We're just going down awful spirals.
This has just been took over. What's the difference between frying, roasting, baking, and frying? Okay, here it is.
Right, I'm
Okay.
interested in this.
Roasting definition: cooking food evenly in an oven using dry heat. Process typically involves plating food in a roasting pan and allowing hot air to circulate around it, which can create a brown, crispy exterior. Food types commonly used for meats, vegetables, and sometimes fruits. Generally done at high temperatures. Baking. Definition: cooking food by surrounding it with dry heat in an oven. It's basically the same thing.
Same thing then. Excellent.
Usually done at
This is
moderate temperature, so a bit.
Is this an AI generated response?
No, this is Quora.
I see.
Although it still might be age error because it's done by the post is by assistant underscore bot.
Oh well.
And then frying definition: cooking food in hot fat or oil. So I guess it is the fat in that case.
Yeah, but you cook potatoes in fat. I
Yeah.
just did that.
Yeah. I
Is it the
don't
addition of
know.
oil? Is roasting the addition of hot air and oil, and deep frying is only oil?
Yes, I guess so.
And deep frying is a significantly quicker process, and it's probably hotter, because deep frying oil goes to like 300 degrees.
Hmm.
It's quicker and hotter, right?
This is confusing. Culinary terms, man. We need to get a chef on next week to explain it all, and also cook us food. That would also be nice.
We don't live together. Where's he going?
We'll meet halfway.
Where's halfway?
Real.
Oh boy. The best chef in Rill. I wonder what he makes.
I'm sure whatever he makes, he's well suited with his craft.
Yeah. They're the best chef in Rill's the guy who works in spoons.
I have been into the real spoons actually.
I have as well. I've been with the real spoons.
It's not horrible.
It's okay.
It's about as good as the one in Bangor.
So, yeah. I mean, we've been to Bangor a few times.
I went to the Congleton spoons recently. So that's a new one for my spoons list.
Yeah, they reset my spoons list.
They reset
I've
it
been
every
to
time they update the app. It's very annoying.
Yeah, really upsetting. I did quite a few of them in Manchester and just in other places, and then they updated the app, and I've lost all my fucking progress.
This is why you need to keep a personalized list on your phone.
It's very upsetting. I did the one near Piccadilly. I did the one near where I was assaulted. I did the one near St. Peter's where I wasn't assaulted, but I just drank.
Have you done the one in Deansgate?
I've done the one in Deansgate.
Moon over the water or something like that.
Yeah, I've done that one. I've done about 4.
There's like 2 in St. Peter's Square, like right next to each other.
Yeah, I've done one of them in St. Peter's Square. I don't remember which one.
The Piccadilly one's the one that looks shit.
Yeah, it's the one I was. It was the one I was assaulted at.
Well, it's a Blue Spoons,
yeah.
that one. It makes sense. It's a Blue Spoons.
Yeah.
Do you know about the spoons like index?
I don't know. Go on.
It's like how you determine what's a good spoons or not. If it's a green spoons, don't go anywhere near it. If it's a blue spoons, like the sign that the thing's on is blue, don't go anywhere near it. If it's got I think it's a red sign with gold writing, it's decent. If it's got a red sign with silver writing, it's a bit better. If it's got no sign and just or gold and silver writing, it's the best type of spoons.
Yeah.
So that's the index.
Remind me what Bangers is again.
I think Bangers might.
Isn't it the best?
Bangor might not have a sign. I
it's
think it's
just
got gold writing and no
it's got
sign.
gold right. Yeah, I think it's got a sign of the bull,
Yeah, but that's not. It's like the
but
Weatherspoon
not
sign.
not a Weatherspoon
Yeah.
sign. Yeah.
Although the back might have a. I don't remember if the back has
No,
a red one.
I think it's just a giant sign of the name.
Weatherspoons, yeah. Uh, but
I don't know.
Bangor Spoons isn't awful actually.
It's no, the outdoors is quite nice. I mean, on a drive near to Bangor, because we just love to go up for holiday. I mean, we don't live there.
No, no,
We've just been a few times on a nice
I
day
don't
out.
live there, so.
Yeah, I don't either. I've never been in my life, actually.
uh,
Uh, yeah,
but yeah, Blue Spoons, don't go in them. They're shit.
yeah. Don't recommend the Piccadilly one to that guy who assaulted me next to lamppost. Fuck you.
Fuck
I
you,
had that guy
guy.
as well. I had that guy last time I went in Manchester. It was my birthday, and I went to a concert. And I had this guy walk up to me with his two hands out like this, and he walks about.
Like this, as if the viewers can see.
Okay, sorry. He walks up to me. He has his two fists out, almost like he's on a scooter, but he's not on a scooter. And he just walks about 30. He gets about 30 centimeters
You
away
must
from me,
choose the red or blue pill, Neo.
and he just walks towards me, and he's like, "Are you gay or something?" Just doing this, just keeping his fist next to my face. I don't say anything, and he's like, he just calls me gay because I didn't fist bump a random guy who looked like he was about to attack me or ride a scooter. Um, but it's always around that fucking spoons. It must, you're
That's
the
because
spoons. It must be because it's a blue spoons.
it's also just because it's near Piccadilly Gardens, and Piccadilly Gardens is full of fucking scum and villainy.
That might also be
It's
it.
literally the Obi-Wan Kenobi. You'll never find a more wretched place full of a hive of scum and villainy.
Oh.
But yeah, don't go to Blue Spoons. Don't go to Piccadilly Gardens. Stay safe. And I think that's us.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to end it. On a nice, wholesome message. We've discovered a lot today, haven't we, Elliot?
I didn't discover anything. I still don't know the difference between cooking or baking.
We've discovered a lot,
But
and we
perhaps the audience can tell me the difference.
yeah. Put down in the comments what's the difference, what your favorite vegetable is, and what spoon your favorite spoons.
And hopefully it's not the one at Piccadilly. And also, sorry to Bedfordshire.
I'm not. I'm not sorry. Don't know when the next episode will be. We'll just keep waiting. It'll show up one day.
This episode will not be released for 3 weeks anyway, because Robin will forget. So
I'm a working person. I'm busy. What can I say?
Robin's busy now, especially after Robin's set this impossible task for themselves of a thumbnail down at that thing at the quarry.
I'm sure the thumbnail will be lovely. Anyway, thanks for joining
sure
us.
the thumbnail will have something to do with it.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. I've been Robin.
And I've been Elliot.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.